Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr. It's a freezing day here in England, and as I live in a 120-year-old house, it's pretty cold inside too, so I'm just going to get straight into the game. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got KLM Asia. That gives us a bit of a clue there. We have some visible number plates here. Taxi, it's a taxi number plate. It's a Mitsubishi, so Asian car. Although, do we have any flags visible? The people don't seem particularly Asian. Royal Islander Club. Back to the ship. Oh, this is a cruise ship. So if it's a Dutch airline, could we be somewhere like Aruba, possibly? Obviously, KLM is the Dutch national airline. And I think Aruba is a Dutch island. We'll keep that in mind. I'm not 100% sure. And if it's somewhere that's being visited by cruise ships, would make sense. I have been to the Caribbean, but not to Aruba. So I don't know what it looks like. We do have Air France and KLM, City of Johannesburg mentioned there. Interesting. And then we also have some Japanese / Chinese. I'm not 100% sure. Probably more Japanese though. The Flying Dutchman. So could this be Johannesburg? Are we driving left? Doesn't appear so. We're driving right. So that kind of wipes out that theory of Johannesburg. Although we can't be on a boat for Johannesburg because it's landlocked. So maybe it is Aruba? Any other clues? I have no idea what the flag of Aruba actually looks like, though. But Royal Islanders Club. Suggests a small island would have one of these kind of landing, like airport runways right next to a docking area. So the tourists like to take photos. Extremely hot weather as well, so definitely is possible. I don't know whether we'd have more English in Aruba though. Can we see? Can't really see anything here, but I do think we are in the Caribbean. So I think that will probably be our best guess. Now, I don't actually remember where Aruba is in the Caribbean, so it might take me a few minutes to find it. Is it down this way? Okay, here is Aruba. It's much closer to the Venezuelan and Colombian coast. So would this airport make sense? There's a landing and here is a beach. So it would make sense we could be somewhere like this. What is the business we've got? The Royal Islanders Club. Doesn't make sense that it would be this end of the runway. It looks like it's passing over. So it would look like we're along here somewhere. If it is this island, it could be any island. It might not even be in the Caribbean for all I know, but hopefully it's not somewhere like Tenerife or something like that. Aruba Surfside Marina. It wouldn't be coming in from that angle, but this kind of looks more right along here. I don't see any roundabout ahead, so we might be a bit more up here somewhere. Really don't know. It's not an easy one, this one, that's for sure. Now, we could lose a lot of points on location. The fact that there's a lot of English, it is a Dutch island. I don't know how much English they use there. But let's see. For the year, it looks fairly modern. Here's a phone. Doesn't look like the newest. That's probably more in the realms of like a 2016 phone. Can't see any of the other phones, fortunately. Oh, we do see some over here. Still some point and shoots going on. Although the slightly older tourists, that's not that uncommon. And that looks like a Galaxy S4 kind of year, maybe a bit later. So maybe a bit earlier, 2015. We'll go for 2015. Let's hope we're not too far off. and hope it's Aruba. It might not be at all. No, it's not Aruba, damn it. It was probably the other Dutch island, which I've not even heard of. Well, I probably have heard of. So, a 747 KLM Asia plane landing on Princess Juliana International Airport on St. Martin Island. I think I've heard of it. Alright, it's next to Antigua. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Just that road. Never mind. That was a tricky one. Unless you knew the island. I didn't see anything that said that name of that island on here. So, oh well. Let's go for the next round. Okay. Jesus macht frei. Die Zukunft heißt Jesus. So it's German. We've got the German big B thingy. So we've got some religious people by the looks of it. With this, suggests we probably are in Germany. Lit and Sprunglich. Just looking to see if any city names pop out. Oh no, that says Zurich right there. That's a fancy Z, but it does say Zurich, and we do have a Swiss cross here, so I wasn't sure how much they use this in Switzerland, but it seems they do. And we're at Paradeplatz, so it might be quite findable if we look in Zurich, so let's go for that. Where are we? Zurich. Quite often get rounds in Zurich as well, so don't know how, if we're in the old town. Let's check there first and see. It's not the biggest city centre, so it might be findable. Platz sounds more like a square or a plaza, so just check the squares really. Might be better off looking at satellite view just to identify some squares. This one maybe? That circular building in the middle looks like it might be it. Yeah, Paradeplatz. This building here matches the building that we're looking at. So we're on one end of this. You can see this circular building right here. And we have a telephone pole right in front of that circular building. So is it... Which way are we looking? Trying to see if we're looking... We're looking at a curved building to our left. This building is curved, so I think we might be more likely to be this side of it. Looking this way to see this curved building. We don't quite see the front edge of it though. And that would make sense there. Does that make sense with the building behind it? Or are we on the side of it? So we do see... Or are we looking down here? Not entirely sure. I might go a little bit closer to it. But we won't be far away because it's the right area. And it is called Paradeplatz. Now let's look at the year here. We got flares. So we look pretty much 70s. Guaranteed 70s with that. When in the 70s? This kind of fur coat suggests more mid. It's a very 70s shirt and big collar he's got. Don't see any obvious years written down. Not missing any on the signs, I don't think. So I think we'll go mid 70s here. I might go a 74. 72, a little earlier, but perfect location, 3 meters away. Christian preachers on the streets of Zurich. Okay, now, women's suffrage headquarters, men of Ohio, give the women a square deal. Vote for the amendment of number 32 on September 3rd, 1912. Well, it gives us a nice date there, and that lines up nicely with women's suffrage in the US. This be early on in suffrage, because they didn't get the complete vote in the country until, like, was it 1919? Something like that, or maybe even 1920. I think Ohio might have been one of the first ones to go though. And it would make sense we probably are in Columbus. We did have a round in Ohio that was not in Columbus, and it was also a women's suffrage round. So I'm just wondering if it is in, what was the place called? It was Toledo was where the last one was. Because I remember I went in Columbus, I believe, and it was in Toledo. Whether this one is also in Toledo or not, I'm not sure. Any clues? Women should vote. She obeys the laws. Yeah, women's suffrage. It doesn't really guess. Is it worth the risk of going in Toledo again, or is this going to just be Columbus? Might be stupid, but I'll try it. Where's the city centre? Yeah, Toledo city centre. Let's go for it. I bet it's going to be Columbus. It's probably stupid, but... Oh, it wasn't even Columbus, it was Cleveland. So at least it wasn't as far away as Columbus was. So women gathering outside of Ohio's women's suffrage headquarters. Ohio ratified the 19th Amendment in 1919, allowing women to vote. So this didn't pass at this time. Okay, next. We have some soldiers that look fairly Soviet in style. Just trying to see if there's any hammer and sickles on these, but I can't really see. We do have a red flag, which would probably work for the USSR. Let's see. This guy almost looks like the guy from The Pianist. What's his name? I can't remember. The actor. Now, this is a bombed out area and a gate, almost like the gate in Berlin. What's it? The Brandenburg Gate. Looking at these soldiers, these are definitely Russian soldiers. This one I'm not so sure about. The style of the uniform is different, same as this one, so I don't know. The Russians always tend to wear these very peaked hats. It's very deceptive, this picture, because the image quality is actually very good. But it makes it harder. It feels more modern than it is. And I think this probably is straight after the war because of this destruction. And I'm thinking that this probably is Berlin if it's directly after the war. And I seem to recognize this guy. This looks like it might be a British insignia as well. So I don't know entirely. It's very different to the Soviet style ones with all the big stars and stuff. And the epaulets that are quite unique to the Soviet army. So definitely think this could be... Yeah, this probably is the Brandenburg Gate. That's what my initial thought was. Because of the amount of destruction, it must be fairly close after the war, because they did rebuild pretty quickly. People have just been given medals as well. You can see that this is probably some kind of bravery medal or something like that. Has just been issued because he's holding the box for his medal. So they probably handed out medals pretty soon after the war. So yeah, I think we're going to go in Berlin here. Let's see, the Brandenburg Gate is where... should show up on these little pictures. Where are you? I thought it was over this area. Near the Reichstag. Is it not near the Reichstag? The Brandenburg Tor, yes. So yeah, this is it. It is, because if we look at the number of pillars, there's 6 pillars here, there are 6 pillars there, and we have a green statue on the top. So it must be this. Now we're walking this direction or this direction? Now, well, we must be walking this direction because we don't see anything off the back of the gate. Although it looks like there might not actually be much left of the back of the gate because it seems heavily damaged. So I think we'd probably be around here. And I'm going to say, I think this is going to be 1945, really. This is probably a famous photo. I should know it. And he does seem very familiar. Yes, 1945. Oh, wrong side. Damn it. Okay, so it's Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery. That's why it's familiar. I probably haven't seen a picture of him since I studied World War II in school, secondary school. So when I was around 15 years old, walking with decorated Soviet marshals in front of the Brandenburg Gate shortly after the Battle of Berlin. That's why the destruction makes a lot of sense. Got there eventually. Took a bit of time, but I got there. Okay, now Aston's furniture for discriminating homemakers. Bendwin Rhyl Colwyn Bay. So we're in Wales. I'm pretty sure it's in Wales, in Colwyn Bay. Makes sense for the landscape, hillside. Architecture also feels quite Welsh, so we should be able to find this. Rhyl, I think, is north coast of Wales. Yep, that's Rhyl. So we would be up on the hill. Can we see the sea in the background? Can't tell if that is the ocean or not. Doesn't really look like it. We are on a hill there. Denbigh, mind you, this bus might not actually be there, but it looks like it's going from Denbigh to Rhyl in Colwyn Bay. So if we can find Denbigh, wherever that is, there's Colwyn Bay. So we could be this direction somewhere. Not really sure. Welsh place names aren't my strong suit. And they are not easy to find. We do look like we're more inland though, just because of how oh, that's Denbigh. So are we on a hill here? Possibly. So we could be in this small town. We look like we're overlooking countryside, so we could be down the bottom here. Can't really see much in terms of the hillside, so we could be up here maybe. Does look like there's some hills around there. We probably won't be too far away. We're going to be somewhere between here and Rhyl, I would think. Doesn't really make sense. We'd see the coast if we were down this part, so shouldn't be too bad. Now, the year here might be a bit tricky. I wish I could see the front of this bus. It is double tired. With old English number plates didn't really help with the dates. The outfits of the children are really... I'm struggled dating off children's outfits. They wear leather shoes like this. Suggests it could be early 60s. Trying to see. I want to see the adults, but there's no adults in the picture, unfortunately. We do actually have more buildings down there, so I think we might be a bit further up the hill, maybe like up here. No, although that road probably didn't exist then, so I think the B road would probably work. Now, little jackets, long socks. Is this early 60s, or does this look a bit later? Maybe this jacket that this girl's wearing doesn't look as early as that. Could be into like 60s. This hairstyle, would that be 60s? It's cut quite short on the back here, but these shoes don't really make sense for any later. There's a little kid wearing a full-on blazer like that. Not sure. The vehicle looks 60s to me, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna go a little bit later just because of that girl's jacket. I'm gonna go 64. Oh, bang on, but we were in the wrong place. So where was it? Real less. Children play on the street in real. I can't even say that place name. So the bus didn't really make a difference, but we've got place names on there. So maybe that's just the end destinations, or maybe that's where this business is located. Well, there was nothing that was ever going to point me to that place. I don't think so. Never mind. But it's still a decent enough score. Final score, 47,371. I'm pretty proud of that one. Okay, let's have a look at the breakdown. See where we lost the points there. First round, we lost quite a few points. Just the wrong island. Wrong Dutch island, unfortunately. It was... I forgot that there was another Dutch island there, really. Perfect year, though, so not bad there. Next one, perfect location in Zurich, 2 years off. It was fairly easy Zurich round when it said it in the background. Next one, perfect year again in Ohio, but it did say the year. Wrong city, unfortunately. It was between the three here. Then the next one, we finally got there in the end, worked out that it was the Brandenburg Gate and that my initial gut reaction was correct. I think it was just the image quality there was a bit misleading. It made it feel more like it was possibly into like the Cold War era just because of how good the quality of the image was. Perfect year, just the wrong side of the gate, unfortunately. Last one, perfect year, nice year guess, wrong part of Wales. Well, North Wales at least, but wrong part here. Okay, let's have a look at the leaderboard, see how everyone else did. Relander, very good, 48,917. You must have got closer in the first round than me. Then myself, Figbug, 45.9, good. Fridge, 45, very good. Waka, 45 as well. Ludus, 43. Everyone pretty good scores. Clergo had a bit of a stinker, unfortunately, 31. And no one else. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.